How the fuck am I funny? What the fuck is so funny about me? Tell me. Tell me what's funny.
Upset. Remix, let's go.
My flow is Novocaine, my bars is hurricanes. Katrina. I got hella cane, Mac in the melon range. Hop out and shells exchange. I wanna see these niggas die, make they moms feel hella pain. Walk around like I got a broom in my pants. Now that's a fucking AK, heavy tool in my pants. Damn, man, these cowards better stay in their lane. And if they ain't
What you want, detective?
What's wrong, Mom?
Just that crazy cop.
I ain't shoot that cop, man.
The NYPD continues to consider you a person of interest.
Ain't nobody forced me off these blocks.
Do you remember my mom at all? Of course. Being somebody's mother. It's a lot, you.
It ain't easy doing damn near anything with one eye. Whatever needed to get done, I done it.
Y'all doing me wrong.
Scrap could put us on.
What's going on? What's going on? We are back. What's going on, YouTube? What's going on, everybody that's joining me in the low-key cave? We are back with another review. We are back with Power Book 3, Raising Kanan, Season 2, Episode 2, Mind Your Business review. Man, this episode right here, one of the reasons why this is the best spinoff of the Power universe. Once again, better writing, better acting, story overall. Let's get into it, man. We started this episode off the way we left off as far as the previous episode with Rock and Howard meeting up. Like I said, I was damn near thinking, like, is this shit real? Is they having a dream sequence or something after that previous episode? But no, because we had already seen that pretty much you knew Howard knew he remembered shit. Because he was giving off the impression to his fellow officers or whatever that he don't remember shit. He don't remember nothing. He don't know nothing as far as the night he got shot or whatever. But yes, he remembers. So him and Rock are having a conversation, and it's pretty much what Howard wanted from the get-go. He wanted to tell Kanan that he is his father or whatever. And he bringing Rock proof, DNA results, and all of that. Telling Rock you can't beat science. But Rock, even that look and expression on her face, the way she looking at this nigga, I was just waiting for her to pull a goddamn gun out and shoot him in the leg. Something. Do something. Because I was like, nigga, Howard, you need to shut up, bro. You need to chill. Because Rock on demon time. Like, I was just like, Howard, shut up. But he's pretty much telling her he made a mistake. He shouldn't have went through her, trusted her. He's going to go to Kanan himself, pretty much let him know that he is father. But is Howard running a play? Is he trying to set Rock? I'm like, I feel like Howard is doing something. Like he trying to throw some shit out there to Rock to get her kind of moving, like to get her mind kind of going or whatever. Because you know how she feel about Kanan, and Howard knows that's her weak spot. So Howard, I think, got some type of plan in play. I don't exactly know what his execution is, because even the way he's talking about Kanan or whatever, I'm like, I don't know, nigga. Like, I don't know. Like, if you really want to have a little relationship with your actual son, or if you got some different plan going on, like, you might be, I don't know, maybe Q ain't feeling that shit. He feeling like this goddamn Bishop. He get flashbacks. Like, I'm just messing with y'all. But yeah, man, I'm very interested to see how this gonna play out, especially with Rock, because she ain't having it. She is not having it as far as this reveal of Howard being Kanan's father or whatever. Moving forward, one of the scenes that I really enjoyed in this episode, and once again, this is a build-up, Kanan and Jukebox. Just seeing their whole dynamic and their relationship, just going off the first season, and you see how we catching these vulnerable moments with Kanan. It's also showing you just how, you should say it, not soft, but just how much Kanan is not really, he ain't as hard as his mother. He ain't really on that type of time as far as killing or whatever. He really is not about that life. He not. And the fact that we know who Kanan is, remember, this is the same nigga who killed his son on the original Power, and who don't give two shits about it. He got more emotional after the fact that he killed Jukebox. Remember that. Always remember, if you're a fan, well, you got to be a fan of original Power if you're watching this. But always remember, on the original Power, when Kanan killed Jukebox, he got very emotional. That was the first time we actually seen Kanan get emotional, when she was about to kill Tariq, them or whatever. And you seen like, why you made me do that? You know I didn't want to do that. I remember that scene. I always remember that scene, especially when we get these little, not really emotional scenes, but bonding scenes between Kanan and Jukebox. especially when you can see that Jukebox is damn near, she is way more about the shit than Kanan is at the early times, and you can see it even from that first season going into this one. Jukebox, and she kind of teases Kanan about that, the fact that, nigga, you over here crying because they in there watching Cooley High, and they come up on the scene, and I ain't watched Cooley High in a long time, but I know the scene that they got emotional about. It's a very emotional scene. It's so hard, but nah, I ain't gonna do all that. But yeah, they watching Cooley High with them, and you could just see the emotion and the vulnerability of Kanan. Still showing you just how much that he is not this hardcore individual that we know and come to actually somewhat like as far as the original Power. Once again, this is a guy we talking about that killed his son. He killed the old lady and took over her apartment and was living in it throughout the remainder of the Power series. He killed this old lady, choked her, suffocated her, then shot her with a pillow or whatever. Anyway, once again, this is why this is one of my favorite spinoffs. It's that build-up. We know just how dark, we know how monstrous these two characters become, but it's the fact that we seeing just how vulnerable they are. We seeing just how gullible and seeing how innocent they are. That's the main thing, the innocence of them early on. Jukebox and Kanan. Just how they bond is in their relationship. And even going into the original Power, you see, I want to see that build up, man, that cause that separation from them. Because you can see that they don't talk for years upon that build up of Jukebox finding Kanan, or him making that call or whatever when he get burned up by Ghost or whatever in the original Power. But yeah, man, my bad, I ain't mean to get off topic or whatever, but I ain't getting off topic. I'm just talking about the original Power, but I'm just enjoying this because it's the dynamic of the storytelling, and it's just showing you and making you dread more. I said this about when I talk about the first episode, it's that dread, because you know what's coming, because you know just how evil they become as far as Kanan and Jukeboxers. That's what it is. Like, these are monster murderous killers. You remember the first time we introduced the Jukebox in the original Power, when she come in as the cop, shooting the store clerk and shooting old buddy, as far as the person that was supposed to be in on the little heist that they was doing, but she said he's stupid or whatever. I'm just saying, man, they on demon time, and we know what type of characters these are. So it's just the fact that this origin story that we getting and that dread. But moving forward, man, Famous is out here got females over, being the fact that he's still living with his mama or whatever. His sister pretty much trying to warn his ass, but no, he's laid up or whatever. And you got to remember, Famous out here smoking a whole lot of weed now, so he's out here lit. Kanan just so happened to be coming over, and this almost remind me of the scene in Dead Presidents when, you know, my buddy was up there getting it in with old girl, and the sister had the one, you know, mama about to get off work or whatever. But mama ain't playing. Like, on real demon time, she not playing. She kicked Famous out because of old girl. And now him and Kanan pretty much trying to go out and hustle his tapes, his mixtapes or whatever. And the fact that it seems like his music ain't really been moving since the first season, Streets Need a Body, mixtapes need a body. Mixtapes need something, because they ain't moving no units or nothing. I really enjoy this too, because the fact that they taking it back to that era, you know, this is the early 90s, that mixtape era, and the fact that they got cassette tapes, but you always remember 50 Cent, him being that type of mixtape individual, being that he used to do a lot of mixtapes or whatever before his career really kicked off or whatever, and that's one of the reasons why he got signed, because of his grind and what he was doing with the mixtapes. So I feel like maybe they kind of throwing a little of that in here or whatever, being that 50 Cent is an executive producer of this or whatever. But yeah, Famous got kicked out, so him and Kanan trying to sell his mixtape so he can get some money to find a place to stay. He want to go stay with Kanan, but you know, Rock ain't about to have that. Besides that, we got my boy Marvin. He's still doing his anger management classes. Shout out to Marvin, always eating on some shit. And the fact that they all talking about certain things that bother them, and it's one individual that talks about the fact that people who annoy him bother him. Marvin sitting there looking at shit on the chips or whatever. He ain't paying attention to nobody. Old school Fritos. But yeah, this is a scene I really enjoyed, because I feel like we might get something between Marvin and the anger management counselor that's there, that's pretty much talking to everybody as far as old girl. I feel like we gonna get some type of little love thing between her and Marvin. I feel like they kind of building upon that or whatever. Because Marvin feel like he ain't even supposed to be there. It's supposed to be some like little deal they got in place, you know, where he just come there, sign in or whatever, and he sign back out or whatever. But his lawyer kind of explained to him later on in the episode that nah, she don't play ball like that. She's kind of those straightforward type of individuals or whatever. So I do feel like they kind of building upon that, where Marvin gonna kind of have this relationship with her. And we gonna talk about Marvin, yo. Marvin is the guy this season. Hey, Marvin and Lulu done kind of switch positions this season. I feel like y'all let me know. Y'all let me know in the comment section once y'all watch this. But yeah, I feel like they done switch positions. But other than that, Jukebox, she's trying to find out some things about her mama. Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this, man. And the big thing with getting LaToya Luckett coming in, you know, she's going to be playing Jukebox Mama. But yeah, she's kind of asking Rock certain questions, you know, trying to find out certain things about our moms or whatever. And this is where I'm kind of getting the thing where we going to kind of get something. And we probably going to get another big old clash with Jukebox too. Because I already can tell that it's more to it than that happened with Jukebox Mama leaving. It's way more to it. You can tell, especially the way Rock do shit. And you know she very protective. No matter how you feel or the relationship between her and Marvin, and you can see how close her and Marvin is this season, way more than they was last season, and the way she was getting on his ass, and the way she kind of treating Lulu the way she was treating Marvin last season. She treat Lulu that way this season. But the way they having this conversation and the way she talking to Jukebox, you can tell it's some shit that she holding back on as far as Rock. And you can tell it's something that happened way more deeper with the fact that Jukebox Mama leaving. And she probably gonna get that explanation from Jukebox Mama. So yeah, this is why we getting that build. Oh, this is, man, I'm loving this, man. I'm loving this because this is probably why we're going to get even more of a reason why Jukebox become who she becomes. Just like Kanan, the lies. Both of them are constantly being lied to as far as their parents, as far as the aunts, everybody, as far as the older individuals in their life, besides Lulu. I feel like Lulu is somewhat kind of the one between the both of them that kind of is being the truthful one to both of them. And I feel like he's going to be the one to take that fall too. It's going to be this season. We're going to get to that as far as theories too, as far as Lulu. But yeah, man, I really love this conversation between Jukebox and Rock as far as pertaining to Jukebox Mama and her trying to find out more things about her mama and basically her trying to meet her mama. And we definitely going to get way more with that. I can tell. Rock is definitely holding some things back with that. Moving forward though, Nicole, speaking of Jukebox, Nicole, Jukebox girlfriend, you know, that pretty much overdosed, came across the drugs that was laced with fentanyl or whatever. Her parents are still on it. Well, her mama anyway, she's still on it. And she's still pretty much trying to get Jukebox locked up or whatever. But like they trying to tell her, there's really no evidence point towards Jukebox, and she don't really got the mayor involved. Like she trying to get city councilmen people, everything, like the politics. She not stopping it. I very much feel like it's gonna come to a point where she's gonna be somewhat of an issue for the maybe not early on in the season, but later on in the season, maybe for Jukebox or even for everybody, where it's gonna become an issue as far as Nicole's parents. But yeah, she's still trying to go after Jukebox. I don't know, the daddy done. Yeah, you know he's done, man. He's still grieving over his daughter, and the mother still is too. But she looking for somebody to blame because she just can't. She can't accept it. She just can't. She's still holding on to the grievance or whatever. And this is her way of grieving as far as going after Nicole. But as far as Howard's partner, she's kind of taking most of the blame for this, for the fact that she jumped into this and the fact that she still got somewhat of this connection with Jukebox. And even in this episode, her and Jukebox are still kind of working together because, well, not really working together, but Jukebox is still kind of using her somewhat. And this is still kind of that origin tale of Jukebox becoming a cop. But Jukebox is getting information from the Howard's partner as far as getting information on her mom or whatever. But people are looking at her crazy in the station, especially the captain, as far as Howard's partner, and especially dealing with this situation as far as Nicole's mom's coming up here complaining or whatever, still dealing with her daughter's death or whatever. So I think that's going to have some ramifications later on because she's not stopping as far as Nicole's mom's. But Rock, you know, she was wanting to bring in Unique's old work as far as the people that used to work for him, especially his main guy. And you know the history behind his guy, that the whole thing with him trying to kill Lulu, everything. It's a whole lot of history between these two. But Rock business. She's trying to make that play, and she know Unique is about to come home, where he is already home or whatever. So now she's trying to make sure Unique ain't got nothing to come home to and nobody at all. And we gonna get into that as far as Unique. But yeah, she pretty much is trying to bring him in, letting him know, hey, Unique ain't gonna have nothing to come home to. The cops are still watching Unique, so you need to come work for us. We got a lot of shit locked down. Not only that, the corners are dead, cops and everything. But not only that, more importantly, she's really bringing him in because he's causing too much attention when he's out there doing what he's doing on the corners. And the fact that she's on her Nino Brown shit with the Carters or whatever, she ain't out there on the corners no more. And that's almost a little play on what they was doing somewhat with The Wire. You remember when Stringer Bell was trying to tell them to try to get off the corners, and he was trying to move everybody off the corners? You know, when Marlo was coming in and everything, but I ain't going to get into the deep of that complex or whatever as far as The Wire, but this is the show that came closest to that. Snowfall and all that. Raising Kanan, like I said, the best spinoff. But yeah, she pretty much brings him in, and everybody pretty much got to bow down. Not really bow down, but pretty much do what Rock got them doing. Because we going to understand later on, Rock is who Rock is. And this is why she's in charge. Head honcho. HBINC. For real, for real. But other than that, man, my boy Scrap. It's been some convo. Y'all can let me know too in the comment section. Maybe I didn't catch this because I know Scrap had got arrested or whatever, but I didn't see him snitching or whatever, and I didn't see him pertaining to going to the point of snitching or whatever. And I know his mom's came up there or whatever, but I really enjoy this scene too. Marvin is pretty much put on the task of trying to see, trying to, you know, scope out Scrap, see where he at, because a conversation between Rock early on in the episode, which I forgot to mention, which Howard mentions to her that, you know, Scrap was at the police station and that he's snitching pretty much. Howard tells her that. And like I said, I don't feel like I got confirmation on that. I don't feel like I seen that or whatever. Y'all can let me know in the comment section. Did y'all see that? Because I didn't see that. So pretty much they trying to scope this layer. This is what I'm really enjoying about Marvin this season. It's that whole smoothness with him. Like, he ain't stupid. He coming in playing smart disposition, and especially the way he talking to Scrap. And my boy Scrap, man. He one of my characters. I enjoy Scrap, man. But Scrap lying, man. And it's the fact that he don't tell them the truth about where he was at. He starts kind of going in, though, and he is giving in, like, logic. Like, yo, I lost my eye for y'all, and the way he started talking about the certain things, it's hard to do with one eye. The things he has done, the fact that he tell them that he been down since he was 14, but it's like, nigga, this is what you signed up for. This is the life, and this is what comes with it. And that's why I love Marvin, man. Marvin is that guy this season. It's his look, it's his expression, it's the way he looking at Scrap. And listening to Scrap, going all emotional, telling him everything he done been through, the fact that he done all this in the third for them and everything. And Marvin like, yeah, I hear all that, but where was you at that night, last night, when supposedly you got arrested? And like I said, Scrap lying. He's saying he was doing something for his people or whatever, hanging up pictures or something or whatever. But Scrap is really upset because they done brung in Unique's guy. And he like, y'all passing me over, and y'all bringing in Unique's guy and kind of giving him all of this. But I've been doing this in the third for y'all. This almost remind me too of BMF and what they had going on with Meech and his homeboy. Never mind. I know this ain't the same universe, but yeah, I mean 50, you know, executive producer, both shows. But anyway. I really enjoyed this conversation. I enjoyed this scene, man, because my boy Marvin don't give two shits about what Scrap. I mean, I ain't saying he don't. I'm gonna not say that because later on in the season, later on in this episode, we do see certain things, and you can tell that he does care about Scrap. But it's this whole task that he put on, and once again, you know, Marvin is still somewhat trying to make sure he prove himself to Rock, big sister, because the way she was treating him last season and everything he done went through with her. Because he is her main guy this season. Because like I said, she treating Marvin the way she treated Lulu the first season, and she treating Lulu the way she treated Marvin the first season, this season. But yeah, I really enjoyed this scene because my boy Marvin, like, okay, I hear all that, but now where was you at that night? It's almost like Menace to Society. So you said you was here at 12 o'clock, 12 a.m. No, I got the soda or whatever. Now you see, you know you don't fucked up, right? You know you done fucked up, right? And that's pretty much Scrap. He fucked up in this scene because no, nigga, we know that you wasn't hanging shit up, but Marvin is still doing his investigation, and he even goes to Scrap's spot as far as where he said he was at, as far as his people's spot, to find out if he was hanging up stuff. Of course, he wasn't. So I was really trying to find out what was gonna happen later on, and man, I didn't see that was coming. But moving forward, we got my boy Crown. You know, he out here smashing Lulu girl, Simp Lulu, who I'm calling her now because Simp Lulu looking real silly this season. I was giving Lulu praise last season, man. That was the guy. You remember, this is my man on Snowfall. I forgot his name, who he played on Snowfall. But yeah, shout out to that actor, by the way. They pretty much doing their whole music thing, and you know, Lulu got this new girl he brung in. My bad, I didn't mention her in that first review I did, which I forgot about. You know, I was still just so focused on Lulu being played out by his girl or whatever, which we're going to talk about. But I got to say something about this scene. It's a guy that comes in, and I like this because, you know, it almost giving that kind of bad boy vibe as far as, you know, the early record labels at that time. As far as, you know, the 90s or whatever, you had a bunch of those labels coming in and being built at the time. And you could tell they making a play off that as far as what was going down at that time, as far as those positions of hip-hop labels at the time. But this scene, it's a guy coming in, kind of upper level guy that's a part of, I'm guessing, the music industry that Lulu is kind of connected with. But Crown is kind of not really feeling them. But this whole thing with him is he's managing the girl that Lulu is trying to bring in. And it's already a thing with Crown where he's not really even feeling the music that old girl is singing on or whatever, the new girl that Lulu that's wrong in or whatever. But pretty much they trying to make some business arrangement as far as the new girl, you know, being that old buddy is her manager, he's trying to make some type of single deal. So this is where I'm like, Crown might be right in this position because Crown is a music guy, whether you like him or not, or whether you like what he's doing as far as with Lulu girl. The fact is, he is the guy that's kind of been in that position already, and he's used to doing what he's doing. Lulu is just coming in. He is bringing in the money, being the financial guy, pretty much behind the scenes or whatever. But the fact is, he's trying to be a part of the music industry too. You know, coming off the first season, him and old girl and what they was going through, and her trying to push him or whatever, and seeing what he's trying to do, and the fact that he's been putting his money behind this, I kind of feel like, though, he's going to have some ramifications behind this and what he's trying to do as far as making this deal, because Crown don't want to do this because they trying to do just like some little single deal, because Crown whole thing is if old girl blow up off this single, like, is she going to be signed to us, or is she going to try to go make an even bigger deal, and now we ain't even going to be a part of that. Once again, I like what they doing with this, because now they bringing the whole music industry side into this as far as the show or whatever, because hip-hop, drug, you know, what they was going down, that was a big thing, especially going into the early 90s or whatever, of course. But I really like what they trying to do with this, and I feel like in this scene right here, Crown might be right. Lulu might be trying to get in over his head, being that he not really used to the music industry, and especially the business part of it. But we're going to see how this play out. Moving forward, we got my boy Howard. He's still not really being investigated, but they still trying to ask him about what happened that night. He telling them, I don't know shit, I don't know what happened. And he's still trying to play off the fact that he still want to talk to Kanan, or so we think. Like I said, I feel like Howard still got some type of play that he's trying to make. I don't know what it is exactly yet, but he's playing it off because these cops believe him. Like, these cops looking at him as a damn hero. I mean, he got one scene where he walk out the interrogation room or whatever, and the cop was like, that's my fucking hero right there. Like, because he done took that bullet or whatever and he got shot, and the fact that he's still on the job or whatever, I guess. But yeah, Howard pretty much trying to play it off like he still got some type of amnesia or some shit like that. Besides that, we got Rock now. Rock, Marvin, and Lulu pretty much trying to see what was going on with Scrap. Marvin giving them the heads up, letting them know what he found out or whatever, and he feel like still that he's not too sure, but he's still letting them know that everything don't pan out as far as Scrap's story and what's Rock has found out or whatever about Scrap being in the police station level. So she's not trying to take any precautions. You already know, they don't say it out loud, but it's a scene where pretty much Lulu saying, I'm not doing this. I'm not going to be the one to do this time. Pretty much saying he's not going to take out Scrap, because that's pretty much what Rock wants done. She don't want to take any chances. She got a lot going on right now, the Carters or whatever. Besides that, though, she still got to talk to Kanan because Howard pretty much threatened her. Well, not really even threatened her, letting her know that I'm going to go talk to Kanan. I'm going to let him know that I'm his father. So now she got to let Kanan know. You already know this nigga Kanan, man. He already feeling like he don't want to be a part of what's going on. He feeling like he got in over his head. But not only that, you got to remember, do he even still somewhat trust Rock? It's this expression he got when she's trying to pretty much let him know, I got everything under control, it's going to be okay or whatever. And you can see his look. You got to remember, Rock lied to him. Remember in the first season when she took out his homeboy or whatever, when they killed old buddy that was on Unique team or whatever in the first season. So he still got some things I still think going on from that too, because he found that out later on, especially with the whole thing after I think he had shot Howard. I can't remember. Was that after? No, I think that was before he had shot Howard when he found that out. But anyway, I think even though expression Rock got on her face, she's not even sure how she's still going to deal with this as far as the way Howard is going about saying that he's going to tell Kanan. And I still feel like Howard is just throwing that out there to see what Rock going to do, trying to see what type of move she's going to make as far as Howard. But yeah, my girl Rock, man, she ain't taking no chances, I'm telling you. And that's why I was scared for Howard, especially how she's moving and the way she moved towards the end of this episode. But moving forward, my boy Unique, man. Unique is out here trying to get back on his feet. And shout out to D'Angelo Barksdale from The Wire. My bad, but his name is Dean as far as this. I love the way he be doing what he do. He always got to make sure he doing bingo, make sure grandmother doing what she doing and got her positioned as far as the bingo numbers. But besides all that, it's really the conversation between him and Unique. Unique trying to tell him, like, I need that work, I need that position. You know, Rock pretty much done took over. But Dean being who he is, you seen what he did with Rock in that first season, and she wasn't even really hot with the cops. She just had certain things going on, and the fact that her position was kind of being tilted with what she had going on with Unique. So you know he not taking no chances or precautions. So now he's looking at Unique like, you too hot right now. You too hot. Like, I ain't trying to have nothing moving for you. But Unique is trying to urge to him like, bro, I ain't shoot that cop. You see why the cops let me go. But Dean being who he is, he got people, he got ears. So he still know that the cops are still looking at him. And even in that scene with Howard, when he talking to the cops and letting them know he don't still know what happened, they let him know that they are still looking into Unique. Because they still feel like he didn't actually shoot Howard, but they still know that he knows something as far as Unique. So Unique is pretty much bare ass as far as work, product, or even having anybody else, any connections to be with him. Because besides the fact that Dean is not trying to have anything to do with him, it's his buddy, it's his man that was with him. You know, he went and talked to Rock early on in this episode, but later on, him and his homeboy had this conversation as far as Unique. And pretty much he let him know, like, I got a better position, I got to upgrade. Not only that, he let Unique know, like, bro, you dead in Southside. Like, ain't nobody messing with you. Nobody. And this is what Rock was talking about in the first episode. She was like, she want to make sure Unique ain't got nothing to come home to, because she was already finding out that he was about to get out or whatever. So this is where we getting Unique pretty much at a damn back against the wall. And this is where I feel like Unique is going to get real dangerous. He going to get real dangerous. Because it's even with him and his girl. Because I ain't really get into it, but his girl, which I didn't recognize her, it's a scene with Rock in the store. Because she still got the little front store, whatever, with the Mexican chick or whatever, where she hiding the money out or whatever. And Unique's girl just happened to be in there or whatever, and she sees Rock, and she tells Unique. Because Unique is kind of somewhat staying at her and her mom's house or whatever, because, you know, he had a position right now. He ain't got nothing going on, being that he just got out, and he being blamed for shooting Howard or whatever. So he got a lot going on. He got a lot going on, and like I said, he's back being pushed against the wall. Nobody is wanting to fool with him. Even his main man, who's been rocking with him since day one, he's about to go work with Rock and them, the ops, the other opposition. So now, this is where, like I said, he's going to get real dangerous. And I'm still telling you, I remember the first episode where he beat up old buddy and them in the jail, and he took up for old buddy. And I'm telling you, that's where I feel like he's going to get some mob ties as far as Unique, kind of those mafia ties. And that's where I feel like that's where his help going to come in, not only to work, but him getting in a position where he's going to have some muscle to be able to go up against Rock and kind of take over that position. So it's going to get real interesting with Unique, man. Shout out to Joy Badass and that acting too. that conversation between him and old buddy telling him, I'm not going nowhere. Because old buddy pretty much telling him, like, man, you need to leave as far as his homeboy. Like, you need to just bounce, man. This ain't for you no more. Southside is dead for you right now. But Unique saying, I ain't going nowhere. So I'm really trying to see what Unique going to be able to do. The fact that he is by himself, where he going to be able to position himself. Other than that, back to Simp Lulu. He ain't there trying to have relations with an old girl, and she ain't trying to hear none of that shit. She be getting smashed by Crown. But she pretty much letting Lulu know, I'm about to leave. I'm going to L.A. I'm going tomorrow, too, by the way. Just letting Lulu know. Letting him, like, you don't believe in me. She feel like Lulu ain't too serious on not only him getting the music position, but her and what she's trying to position herself as. So she letting him know that she's leaving. She's gone. She's out. Surprise, surprise, Lulu. So they get into their little argument or whatever. So they pretty much done. Bye, bitch. Get up out of here. Maybe Lulu will get back in his mind frame being on demon time. Maybe he get his aiming back too, because that nigga was shooting like Jay Reed in that first season or whatever when he couldn't shoot old buddy. Oh my else, Jay Reed. But anyway, speaking of old girl, she's pretty much letting everybody know she's leaving LA. Famous. You could kind of see Famous trying to play it off like he don't care, but you know she's kind of been in that position of taking care of Famous. See how his mama acting, kicked him out in the first position. Like, no, nigga, I ain't giving you no warnings or nothing. You got to get up out of here. So now you kind of see that now he's really about to be in his own. Because she letting him, as far as when she was about to leave, Lulu know too. Because, like, nigga, I ain't worried about nobody, you or Famous. I got to make sure I'm good. So she's getting up out of here. I was waiting to see if something was going to happen, too. I was like, is she going to be able to make this move? And I'm pretty sure this is not our last of seeing Lulu girl and Famous sister. Something is going to go down where she's going to have to come back. And I'm wondering if we're going to get some images or scenes with her in L.A. and what's going to be going down with her in L.A. And I wonder if Crown going to be in L.A. or is he going to be going back and forth? I'm really wondering where they're going to go with this as far as her. So that's another thing, man. But yeah, you can see Famous. Yeah, he still kicked that too, by the way. Him and his mama don't even talk after his sister leave or whatever. And speaking of Famous, damn nigga, where is you staying? Are you really out on these streets? I'm really interested to see where they gonna go with this too, as far as Famous and where is he living. But yeah, Lulu girl and Famous sister, she's gone. She's going after the LA. Moving forward, man. Scrap, man, scrap. Oh man. I seen this coming, man. I didn't really know how Rock was gonna play this out, but like I said, when they had that conversation in the diner, you was kind of seeing Rock saying, yo, she wants y'all to pretty much handle this. She won't Scrap to go. She don't want to take no chances, especially the fact that he lied to Marvin about where he was at, and she know that he was at this police station it was coming from Howard or whatever. We get this scene kind of them pretty much trying to put Scrap thinking they're gonna put him in a better position. And you know that he was kind of coming at Marvin about that. He was upset in the fact that they was going to move Unique's homeboy in a better position and they weren't giving him nothing. So now they pretty much setting the play up for him. He's happy. He in there celebrating. And it's like, come on, man. We got this whole thing with Scrap. You seen the loyalty. You remember the first season, everything we got with Scrap. And the fact that he held it down. This man got tortured in the first season. They took his eye. Oh, man. So, yeah. And you could tell, man, they ain't trying to go along, man. Marvin and goddamn Lulu, they ain't laughing, they ain't smiling, nothing. And I'm like, I can't believe Scrap being who he is, like I said. He got his whole thing with gambling, whatever, but he a soldier. He supposed to catch on. I was just waiting for Scrap. I was seeing the way he was looking, and I'm like, he just so happy. And he gonna catch on to something, right? He gonna catch on. Like, nigga, they about to kill you. But yeah, man, Scrap doesn't catch on, and they pretty much leading him to where he think where it's about to be his new drug spot, which he going to be running or whatever. But no, they pretty much lure him into a spot for him to be killed. And who's doing the killing? Rock. Because I'm guessing everybody pretty much put themselves in a position where Marvin and Lulu said, nah, we can't do it. This is our guy. And man, this episode, this scene, watching Rock just come out and you see Scrap and he finally realized what's going on. Like, no, boom. Rock pull that trigger. Scrap is gone, man. We in 2 episodes of season 2 and we done lost a guy that we really was enjoying, somebody that we got invested into, a character that was very loyal, and so we thought. But he did lie to Marvin. What this really reminded me of too, was that first season of Power with Ghost, and where he killed old buddy, where he thought he was telling on him or whatever, where Kanan was lying to him and telling him that he was the one that was trying to set him up and get him whatever that was going on. I forgot the main thing, and I even forgot old buddy's name, but y'all know what I'm talking about. In the original Power where Ghost shoot him or whatever, and this is his guy. He been rocking with him. This is the guy I think he put on, the first person he put on or whatever. But it really reminded me of that scene because Scrap was family. Scrap was family. But it's really the emotion, especially with Lulu, but even with Marvin. Marvin starts crying. You can see tears coming out of Marvin's eyes. And Lulu can't even stay in the room. He leaves. But, yeah, Rock. This is too showing me Kanan. When the Rock did this, I seen Kanan. The coldness. Showing just Rock saying, I ain't taking no chances. But not only that, it took me even back to Kanan shooting his son. Like I said, that coldness. And this is what we building upon. Why we get what we get as far as not only Jukebox, but Kanan and what he becomes. And once again, we are getting Kanan that's pretty much soft. Not soft, like I said, I ain't meaning to put soft on him, but as a kid, a vulnerable kid, he is not no cold-blooded killer or whatever. And I feel like in the trailer where we kind of get them throwing a body into the trunk or whatever, I feel like that's going to be scrapped. And I feel like this is Rock kind of pushing Kanan into that cold position, trying to make him cold. And I still feel like that's not going to be the reason. We might even get in a position where, is his name Symphony, as far as Rock boyfriend, the one that helped out Kanan or whatever, they've been building that bond. We might even get something with that, where Kanan, theories, man, theories, because you know it's going to get dark. This is going to get real dark, man, because you know Rock doing what she doing, and the fact that Kanan is not who he is right now. How do he become that? That's what I'm saying. How do he become that? And you seeing Rock do what she doing, you know this is where that coldness come from though. And this is where we kind of building that position on. But once again, this is why this is my favorite spinoff. I didn't see this coming, man, but the fact that we in 2 episodes of season 2 and we already getting a major death with Scrap, whoever doing, the main person behind this need to get behind Power Book Force and Ghost. We need that guy. The person that's doing Power Book 3, I think it's Sasha Penn. Let me know, man. Y'all let me know who is the main guy that's doing this. I know Courtney Kemp is doing other things right now. She's not the main person that's doing this right now. She's doing some Netflix shit, if I'm not mistaken. But I know she is still somewhat producing or whatever, but I need that guy doing the other powers so we can get something done with that, especially Power Book 4 Force Tommy show. He need this shit. But yeah, man, this was a very, very, very dramatic scene right here, man. I didn't see this coming, man. And I ain't gonna lie, man. Did Scrap snitch? That's what I really want to know. Did Scrap really snitch? Was he getting in a position to snitch? Because even the way he was coming at Marvin, it seemed like, yo, is we getting a build up to him getting in that position of snitching? Because like I said, and y'all can let me know in the comments, I didn't see him snitching. I didn't feel like maybe I missed that scene or something in the first episode, but y'all let me know. But he did lie to Marvin, so I don't know. But other than that, man, like I said, this is another good episode, 2 episodes in, and this is proving the point of why Power Book 3 Raising Kanan is the best spinoff as far as the Power universe or whatever. This is, to me, going to be one of the major shows out here that people going to be on. This is, to me, the best. Even out of BML, this is my best one as far as the ones that 50 Cent is executive producer for Stars right now. But other than that, how much colder are we going to get with Rock this season? And shout out to Brillo the Bit Review, the TV commission. Y'all make sure y'all go over there and check them out. Pretty Girl Little Trap content. I know they're going to be doing their thing with Power today, JH the review. But y'all let me know how y'all feeling about this recent episode of Power Book 3 Raising Kanan Season 2. Episode 2, Mind Your Business. Man, this might be my favorite episode. And we only 2 episodes in, so I can't say that it's too early. Because I know we're going to get way better episodes. But y'all let me know, man, what's going to be going on. And y'all let me know how Unique is going to be able to come back. Is he going to be able to find a position? Y'all let me know y'all theories. And Other than that, if you're watching me on YouTube, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button. This is the road to 700 subs. Shout out to everybody who's been coming through watching me. I appreciate everybody who's been coming through checking out the content and the lives. We did a live last night for They or Them, a new slash movie on Peacock. Y'all make sure y'all go and check out that replay. Uncut Ish Talk, go over there and check out that replay. Of course, this week, what we got coming up, we're trying to do Jackie Brown retro review. Other than that, American Horror Stories, of course, Thursday. Tonight, I haven't posted it yet, but possibly we're supposed to be doing Orphan First Kill review, so be on the lookout for that live. Other than that, I appreciate everybody who's been coming through. We out.
I'm the most brutal and vicious and most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one can stop me. Lynx is a conqueror. No, I'm Alexander. He's no Alexander. I'm the best ever. There's never been anybody as ruthless. I'm Sonny Liston. I'm Jack Dempsey. There's no one like me. I'm from Nairclaw. There's no one that can match me. My style is impetuous. My defense